Mindy.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming to my show.
Thank you for
I feel like I
having
was just on my couch. And now like magic, you're here. I can't believe it. So first I have to thank you on camera so much for watching my episode.
Thank you for making that. That was the nicest thing ever.
I was so freaked out when you texted like, she tweeted me, no, this is not a real account. Like, let me click on it. I was so happy. And just the project was so good. And I really, really love good music. So I'm happy that someone that makes as good as music as you, like, knows who I am. And heard my voice. Love it so much. So before we start, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. What are 5 things you would like everyone to know about Amindi that they don't know you?
They don't know me?
They never heard your music. What do you want them to know?
This has to be music related?
No, it could be anything.
Okay.
Because you're a person, too.
I'm a person. My name is Amindi. Oh, shit. No, that's not what I'm That's not what I'm I'm allergic to nuts. People don't know that. I think so.
Okay.
But hazelnuts don't have the same effect on me. I think they're a seed.
Okay.
And walnuts, I think I'm immune to now. But allergic to nuts. I have a dislocated elbow.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you do tricks with it or it's just
Nah,
it's handicap?
it's just weird.
Okay, so it popped out.
Pops out, yeah.
Okay.
I'm first generation American. My parents are Jamaican. I used to have braces. I took them off with pliers. Yeah.
As a 2-time braces wearer, that is very badass. Okay.
I'm on 5 now.
Yes.
Okay. I'm pescatarian.
Okay. Okay, I relate to that. So let's get into one of the questions. Like, you do music, that's why we're here. So I did a bunch of research, a teeny bit like stalkerish, but I want to be prepared. Your intro to music as a profession was the song that you made with Tessellated and what is it?
Valleys.
Valleys.
Yeah.
Pine and Ginger. Mm-hmm. And I'm a fan of a new Tessellated song called Sweeter.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know who he was before that. I heard that Sweeter song.
Yeah.
So then when I'm researching about you and I see Pine and Ginger, I'm like, oh, this is the same guy. Like, maybe he's been out here doing this.
Yeah.
So how did that song come about? Like you making that song with them? I know you were in high school and you were kind of on the scene because you did go to Palisade. So like, what is that scene compared to? Because you're from Inglewood. Mm-hmm. So I know like I got bussed out kind of too. Your parents don't want you to go to local schools.
Yeah.
So how did you like bridge that gap of your music, or did you just start over there with where you were at school primarily?
I was actually like when I was going to school in Inglewood, like elementary school, I was like rapping and like uploading songs to YouTube that you can't find now. So it started like really early, like maybe 5th grade, but I was writing songs before that. But then I started uploading music to SoundCloud when I was a freshman in high school, and then I was buzzing on SoundCloud because one of my classmates, he had like a YouTube famous girlfriend. So every time we made a song together, he was a producer. Every time we made a song together, she would repost it, and then we'd get hella like tens of 100,000 plays on SoundCloud. Nice. So before Pine and Ginger, we did like I was like on my I was doing hella like DIY like backyard like art shows, like that was what it was like. But I feel like during that time, like where I was staying at Hawthorne, Inglewood, they were doing like a bunch of like similar stuff, like a lot of like art shows. It was just a really like artsy period. But yeah, senior year, Pine and Ginger happened. I actually met the producer of that song, Valleys, via SoundCloud. Okay. We were SoundCloud friends first, and then we made another song before that called Wet Dreams in 2016, and then in 2017, he sent me the beat for Pine and Ginger. Or the end of 2016, like around Christmas time, 2016, he sent me the beat for Pine and Ginger, and I recorded on it, because it was different for both of us, because like I never did like a dance hall type song, and he is like the sweetest, the greatest producer, but like is a white guy, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't make dance hall music. He's like, I don't know, is this fire? I'm like, yeah, this is fire. So I sent it back. And we were both, just because it was different for both of us, we were like, I don't know. But then he had a roommate, Tessellated. Valleys and Tessellated were living together. Tessellated heard it and was like, yo, this is fire. I want to be on this. And that was kind of the birth of that. And it was a SoundCloud song first, and it blew up on SoundCloud. And then after it was signed, it was put on all platforms. Okay, so being that you're first gen, right? I can't relate to that, right? I'm like, American all the way from when America started, from slavery. But my husband is a first generation American. Really? So I understand his parents are Belizean. So I understand like a little bit of the pressure that comes with it, and like being a totally different culture, even if you're black, right? You show up at school black, like in your house and your food and all that is different. So especially being from LA.
So how did that affect you, like even going into Pine Ginger? Because that's not the sound of music that you make at all right now. So was it just like maybe the songs and sound that you grew up with? Like, and you're like, oh, so maybe, you know, this is the type of music I'm supposed to do, because you have a very distinct voice as well.
Oh, thanks.
So it's probably not like you wanted to come out swinging with no Jessica Simpson, like, pop.
Right, no. It was never on that side of it. But I think, it's like, my mom is super Christian, so like, she only played like gospel and reggae, like old school reggae. Okay. And my dad is, he's a musician as well, and so he's always played like Sizzla and like Butcher Bonton and like Barry Hammond. Just growing up is always what I've heard. Like that's definitely part of my influence. But yeah, I'm inspired and influenced by a lot of different sounds for sure. So.
And then what about your like? Because I guess it's part of it is getting older too, and then oddly getting older in like a global pandemic situation where you're like supposed to be starting out on your own, getting a place, finishing school, all of those things. How did all of that compact and add into you changing your sound and maybe like even finding a new, which you did with the Nice now? Because it's been a long time between like that offering and this.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely took a lot of time between Pine and Ginger and Nice. Like I had a bunch of time to like figure out what I wanted to, like how I wanted to present myself, like in a way that was true to me, you know? Because after Pine and Ginger blew up, I was 17 years old. I'm in, like fresh out of high school, or I'm in high school, and like I'm just being told that I gotta continue doing this sound that I'd never tested out before in order to be successful, and I was like, no, I don't. Like that's silly.
Because I don't think a lot of regular people, you know, see that. But I think the first person that because like growing up in the 90s, it's like a marketing machine. Everybody is super packaged and they have to be this way. And like project after project, we would call that now stale. But it's like they had to do that. So I think the first person in our time that I saw and really understood that on like a timely level was Lil Nas. Like, okay, I come out with this song, Old Town Road, it's a hit. This is not even a really country song. It's just my subject matter and how I'm talking because I'm funny. I got bars. And then I get signed, which is like a life changer for me. I was sleeping on somebody's couch. Like my family's not fucking with me like that. And now I've got money, even if it's I'm 100,000 here. Yeah. This is money. Yeah. But now they're making me wear the cowboy outfit all the time. That's not who I am. So seeing him now break out with this Montero thing, I think that even though he's like making everybody mad, I love it. Because it's like this is who you are, and this is how you want to be received, and you're fun and all this, and it's not like a caricature,
right? And he has like his hands in like all his videos and stuff. Like I think that's so fire.
But that I can say the same for you now, watching your stuff, right? Like you have the very cool music video out, and then I see Telly is you in collaboration with someone else. So it's like, oh, Mindy is like learning and growing right in front of us.
Yeah, man, I'm trying.
So what is your, you have like a few music videos out right now. Which one is your favorite as far as final project from Nice, and then which was your favorite to make?
Okay. We just shot a video for Slideshow that I'm really excited about. Okay. I think that one's gonna, because before it was Haircut it was just like a long shoot day because it had to be so many different people.
Yes, but I loved it. It was so like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, the haircut was really fun though. Like, and the finished product was like fire. But I before the Nice rollout, my favorite video was probably You and Semi Loose. Okay. Which is more like indie movie vibes. I like the video more than I like the song now. I think the song just came from a place of sadness, and I'm not sad anymore.
So you don't vibe with the sadness.
Right, yeah.
That's true. But also, speaking of that video and that song, when I heard it, I'm a big Mac Miller fan, right? Love Mac Miller. So I heard it, and I was like, this is kind of giving me like a little bit of, nostalgia vibes about Mac Miller, like kids' time, this like part, this is so cute. And then doing research about you, like, you really love Mac Miller. You made Egg on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is bomb. Like, I wasn't wrong. Look at me staying sharp in my old age. So like, how does just Mac Miller still impact any of the music that you make as far as
I have not listened to him posthumous. Like it's just hard. I'm like, I don't know. I like crying.
Yeah. And like maybe I'm too much of a purist or I'm a little bit of a nerd too. I kind of don't like when they put out posthumous things because I'm like, he didn't really put his final stamp on this. He didn't like pour over this and make marker boards and all the things artists do going through their process. It was like someone else picked it. Yeah. So this is not what he would want to give me. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So as an artist, what do you think is like the biggest thing you want people to like take away or understand from your music? I listen to a lot of your stuff and you're like, you just want to be felt.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like what do you want people to take away?
That's a good question. What do I want them to take away? I feel like, I guess like when I make music, I have my own, like, obviously my own experiences go into it. So I'm like, okay, I felt this, so this is like what I'm writing about. But I really like it when people can take like their own like situations and or like relate to something that I make and like have it be applied to their own situation. So like I guess it's the same. I'm just rewording it. I just want to be fun.
No, but I feel like that is the best kind of music because like as I guess like I'm a fake music critic now, I review music, right? But like in doing this, and it's just out of my love for it, that some people's music at a certain point, I think it's when they kind of get ultra famous, right? Your music becomes not so much easy for me to relate to and apply to my situation, and that's what the best music is. Like I can hear a love song from the 70s or something. Didn't have cell phones, like they have none of the drama I have now. Yeah. But I feel what she's saying. Yeah. I feel what he's saying. Like that still hurts. That heartbreak is still the same. When it gets too personal, it's like the new Drake. Unfortunately, a lot of it. I love Drake.
I know.
I am a lifelong Drake stan from Degrassi. Like it used to be fine to me. But this new project, I'm like, bro, I'm not filthy rich. Like a lot of this, I can't feel as much as I used to feel your other music. Like Heartbreak Drake.
That's true.
I used to be in my room, my college room, like in my field, like, maybe this is Marvin's room. Like, I'm going through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't got a Phantom. I don't have these things.
I feel that. You know what though? Like a lot of the music I've been making, like post nice, has been like, I'm not even like, I've gotten no new check. Like since then yet.
But you're popping?
Not even that.
You feeling the spirit of being popping?
I'm feeling it. I'm like, I'm manifesting. I'm like, oh, I'm rich. But like, I just feel like, I don't know. Like that's the type of stuff I like to do. Like I just like manifesting in music, you know what I mean? Like I like talking like a rapper. I like talking like I'm a rapper because rappers get away with it. And I'm like, how much can I get away with? But with my voice, you know what I mean?
I feel like your voice is so cool that you probably could really get away with a lot. I don't like comparing people, especially young new people, to people that are already out because it's like, oh, she's the new. No, nobody's the new nothing. They're the them. But if there was a black girl, alternative black girl genre, because we don't have one, right? It's like Willow Smith, there's SZA, there's like Santa Gold.
Yeah, I love Santico.
You're a Santa Gold?
That's my girl.
I used to be in my room, like vibing out with my bangs, wildfire.
Literally.
Going so hard, not hitting the notes, like Santa Gold and MIA.
Mom and Auntie right there.
Those were my girls. Yeah. Like, oh, I dress weird. Like, I'm a little bit different. These are the people I got. But now we're starting to build up our own black girl pantheon with like alternatives. So, do you feel like you're in that genre of like, because SZA doesn't sound like nobody else.
Yeah.
I feel like Amindi is like in that category.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I feel like it's just like all the, not the weird girls, but like, you know, like the little outliers. Yes. Like we're not necessarily like classically R&B sounding, you know, but like can sing enough to where we can get away with it.
And let's talk about that if you don't mind.
Let's go.
Because you are Jamaican, and I know I have like close Jamaican people to me. I know they're very strict, even stricter than I felt like growing up black and Christian with Southern people. That was like jail. Yeah. But then I'm with my Jamaican friend, and I'm like, girl, you got it hard. Like, come on now, at least I'm watching music videos when they're asleep. Like, you can't do nothing. I thought my family was too Christian. Like, they really got you. Come on, girl. Yeah. So how is that in like finding your own, balancing yourself, like having cool nails, cutting your hair? I'm sure that was a huge deal for your black mama, regardless of what coast she's from. Having tattoos, all of that. How is that, first of all, for Mindy as a person, and then like Mindy as an artist? Where did those two things meet as far as how you want to present yourself for you and then for your career?
I think, like figuring out how I wanted to, like just figuring out who I am, you know, just so that I can, all the things that I feel inside was represented on the outside was important. Just because like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a low-key vain person, you know what I mean? I'm like, I need to look a certain way just to match my feelings. Like, I'm like, I want to be a cartoon character. Like, I want to be easily drawable. Like, that's like my whole thing. Like, I just want to like be my uniform self, like how I feel I am in my head, you know? And so when, I think it just goes hand in hand with Amindi the artist, because I feel like they're one person. Like, it's hard for me to separate like artist from person. Like, it's just who I am, and then that manifests in like me making music, I guess.
Okay, that makes sense. But the only reason why I think that there is ever or should ever be a separation, right, is like when certain heights of or levels of fame and things are achieved.
Yeah.
You're out on the street. I don't know if Amindi is your first name or real name.
Yeah.
See, all right. So like now we're getting into it, right? My name is Tamberlin. So if people see TamTonight, they're like, hey Tam, I'm gonna have to own that. So now we're outside and we're famous. Let's say, you know, manifesting all the things. We are MIA famous. MIA in 2009.
Right.
She was like the peak.
Yeah.
Everywhere. That's Mindy now. Mindy can't go to Target.
Aww.
Mindy can't go to the local Jamaican restaurant. But then people like, I think that's Mindy right there. And they're looking on their phones. They can make sure, you know, now. And they look over like, yeah, that's her. At that point, would you want separation, or would you still just be like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm riding with it, kind of like Janae Aiko. She's like, I don't got security, I roll around,
Yeah.
I'm peaceful, so my fans are peaceful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need it.
I still think I would still be, like, I don't know. I'd never want to be at the point where I can't go to Target and feel like I'm in danger and anything like that. You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know.
Because I think about a person like, maybe like a Beyonce or Katy Perry, right? That they're like this big, larger than life on stage. But obviously Beyonce is not wearing like a one piece when she's going to get coffee or out with the kids. So it's like she can tone it down in a way. Kind of, unless you're like a stan, like I grew up on Beyonce, so I probably noticed her in the costume.
Her freckles,
her baby hair.
Right.
That's true. I see the bead jewelry, like I'm putting all the things together.
Exactly.
But for the regular person, they could. How is Amindi gonna maintain her anonymity? Because we're going to get that famous.
Oh man, okay.
But what are we gonna do to separate?
Maybe we'll still be wearing masks.
Okay, boom.
And I'll be wearing wigs sometimes.
Okay, I have to keep that on your idea. Okay, there you go. Okay,
Exactly.
we just need a plan.
Right?
Because we want to stay true to ourselves.
Right.
We don't want to be overwhelmed.
That's so true.
And we live in LA.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're from here and you get famous, it's even probably harder. Because, okay, if I'm from Kansas or whatever and I get famous, they're like, oh, I can just go home.
Exactly.
You know, this is home.
Is it? And I don't ever want to leave like Inglewood, so I'm real stuck.
Yes. You're going to be on Crenshaw trying to get something to eat. People, I saw Mindy, people going to be live on their Instagram.
Well, Nipsey stayed in the hood, you know what I mean?
That's true.
And Janae, she be around.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like as long as you're not too rich, if that's a way to say it, putting it out there. Because you can't be too rich around regular people because it gets nice.
That's true.
Pop Smoke. So it's like, Mindy, if you're gonna come down to Inglewood, drive the Prius.
Right. Okay. So that I was
Don't
really
drive the
talking
Rolls.
about this today because I live in like a regular Inglewood apartment, but I want a really nice car. Like I want to like wrap a Tesla truck in pink and get like flames on it,
cute.
and just be like a really loud car. And I'm like, this makes no sense to pull up into this apartment.
Unless you want to start a new career
Right.
as like some type of criminal enforcer.
Right.
So people be scary. You do have a Harley Quinn type quality about yourself. I don't know if you want to back it up on a daily basis for this car.
Right. That's true. That is true. I could just be crazy.
Yeah, and then people are scared of you.
Yeah.
Because men don't expect a crazy woman.
That's true, and that's where they mess up.
Yes, they don't prepare for that.
But So I drive a Honda right now. I love my Honda. It's my first like car in my name. But I'm like, I want a nice car, but I can't get a nice car without getting a nice house. So.
Or like covered parking or something.
Yeah, I don't have covered parking, so that's my problem.
You're disrespecting the Tesla already.
I know.
As a person, I always say I don't really deserve a nice car because I drive crazy. In my mind, I want a nice car. Like a Tesla would be ideal. You know, Porsche's coming out with hybrids.
Like, yeah.
I could do what I could. I could try to get that. But the way I drive is like, girl, no. You need to have this Chevy. And
Make that up.
Have somebody else drive you in a nice car because you can't do it.
Get a chauffeur. Get a driver.
So that's why I gotta make more money.
Exactly.
Watch my channel. Okay?
Watch your channel.
So with being first gen and all that, I'm sure that is a huge part of your identity and everything, even like impacting the decision that you make subconsciously and all these things, right? Because you want to make your parents proud. They did not come to America for nothing.
Yeah.
They gave you all this opportunity. So it's like moving out and having your own things, like you just mentioned, having your car in your own name. Is all of that like really, really important to you as far as showing them and proving them like, hey, I'm doing it?
You know, like, okay, so it's less about proving it to them Because I know that they know that I got like a good head on my shoulders, you know, like no matter what. Because if I was in college or if I was depending on my mom for anything, like she like helped me, like she'd be down for it. But it was really more about proving it to myself. I'm like, are you about this? Are you really down for this? Like, this is the life you want, right? So step into it. And so when Planet Junior came out, I was 17. Like, I got my car, like, I got a Fiat 500, which is all electric. And that was a terrible decision. But, like, I didn't pay for gas, so it was fine.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a Chevy Volt.
But wasn't that hybrid?
Yeah, it was like
I hated Chevy Volt drivers. Every time I was at the charging station, it was always so mean to me. I don't know why. I was like, why are you mean, Chevy Volt drivers?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I had to put that in my brother's name. But like, since I was in high school, I have not depended on my mom except for like having housing like from her. So like that was like, I feel like because it's been a while, you know what I mean? She's seen that I'm capable and that like I'm not like irresponsible, and because that was a big thing, like being in high school. She's like, you're so irresponsible, 20. I'm like, no, I'm not. And so it was
because you're not as frugal.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you're buying things, doing things, certain looks.
I'm a Libra. I'm opulent. I like things. Like, what can I say? But yeah, so having things in my own name and like being able to just be independent has been super. Because like a lot of even like immigrant parents, like my mom is like one of the lucky ones to like have like a steady career like for years. You know, like being a nurse and like having papers in this country, you know, like that's a big deal. So like just having someone as badass and hardworking of a mother as she is, it's
like a stone.
Literally, I'm like, I gotta be like that, but like not for real, because I don't want her to know that like I'll look up to her for real, because she be mean sometimes.
It's just like, that's what I had to learn with my grandma. It was like, oh my gosh, she's always picking me apart. Like, I'll come over here from work, I'm trying to be nice to you. And you're like, you wore that to work? Like, your hands are wrinkled. Like, what's going on with your hair? But it's like, she's poking and prodding. She's trying to, like, make this person, make me a decent person and all of that. So, like, it just seems like a lot of time, like, overwhelming.
Exactly.
But I always had my dad. He was like the homie. He's not my dad at all.
My dad's my bestie.
And I feel like when I was listening to you talking your other interviews, like, wow, I never like met a person or heard a person talk about it so much. Like, that's me and my dad. Me and my dad are super cool. Like, I would call my dad if I was to jail right now for any reason. I'm calling my dad. My mom's gonna start crying. She's gonna be asking me questions. She's not coming immediately with like the help.
Let's go. No, she'll be overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, are you like, girl, no, I'm not okay, I'm in jail. Why did you ask that? My dad's like, so how much money do you need? Right. You gotta do what's your plan?
Right.
Like, it's gonna be quick. And then I guess he'll judge me later on.
What's your parents' signs?
My dad is a Sagittarius, and my mom is a Capricorn. And I'm a Pisces, so I feel like I don't really fit with either.
Right, you're watery.
Yeah, I'm just going with the flow. I'm chill. Everything's a disaster to my mom.
Because they like order, Capricorn.
Yes, if she's on a plan and like she can't find her keys, it's like, oh, it's over. My dad is just like, I don't know, I feel like he's the perfect example of like self-love, maybe to an extreme. Like, he's putting Tim first.
Period. My brother's sad. That's my best friend, but yeah, like, I understand. And
it's like, in the sweetest way, he's not trying to, but it's gonna be me first. And that's how but I've tried to adopt that too, because as women, especially Black women, we're kind of taught to, especially like, I'm the oldest girl. So it's like your second mom, and you have all these responsibilities, and you need to be perfect for the other kids because they're looking at you.
Exactly.
So it's like a lot of responsibility. My dad's like, just kick it, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, do your thing, be yourself. Yeah. Always serve yourself. So like, being in that same sort of situation, where do you feel like you find a balance between your parents and like the sides of yourself, right? Because you're half both these people. Right. Even if sometimes they get on your nerves. Yeah. Like, I recognize my mom and me and my dad.
I do too, for sure. I think my dad is a Virgo and my mom is a Scorpio. My dad, Virgo, like, I don't know why the stereotype of Virgos is like, they're always on time, like, they're so organized. Like, I love my dad, that's my best friend, but he's never made me on time for anything. Like, I was late to my kindergarten graduation. I'm still mad about that.
You missed like the bulk of it.
I didn't get to walk. There was a play I was a part of in first grade that I missed completely. I'm like, Dad. But it's literally like Virgos, all the Virgos in my life at this point are still like, they're against time. But because of him, like, I try to be as prompt as I can always. Like, I try to be like as like on it as I can. Punctual is what I like to say. Yeah. Punctual. But like the parts about my dad is like he's so like accepting and understanding, and like he doesn't understand, he will try to understand, you know. He has a great sense of humor, great sense of music. I definitely get my music abilities and my writing capabilities from his side. He just has an excellent outlook on things, like never lets anything get him too down, you know what I mean? Great guy. And my mom, I had to like learn this like post moving out of her house, you know what I mean?
Because it's fresh right now. You need that space.
Yeah. But like she has a great sense of humor too. She's a really funny lady. And she also has a really good outlook, like super Christian, like super religious, but like applies that in a way that isn't religious, like to like my situations. Like she still like mentions like Jesus and God and stuff, which is like fire. Like that's her whole thing, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, I guess she just applies what she learns and teaches it to me. Like she's super like, hey, here's a way to fix how you're feeling, which I appreciate, you know.
So she's like trying to bring it down to wherever she feels like you're at.
Yeah.
And meet you where you're at with stuff.
Exactly.
That's cool for a religious person, because most of the time they're like standing above, like, you
yeah,
shouldn't be doing that. That's the thing.
she does do that, but she knows like she picks her battles. You know?
Okay, that's sweet. So y'all have a little balance.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Really nice.
So I want to ask now, like more into the project. When you were transitioning, right, and finding your different sound, maybe trying different things. I saw you went to London for a while. That's like youth culture central, right?
Yeah.
And you made a bunch of songs there, but you weren't really at home with the sound. You know, you go out to be on the Isaiah Rashad project from another Twitter situation.
Thank you, Twitter.
So it just inspires me to like, don't be shy to beg on Twitter. Don't be shy to be a little bit thirsty for the person. Like, be direct with your thirst to the person, because it can manifest beautiful things. And you ended up from a Twitter, you know, shout out and conversations, some, you know, assist from your friends.
Yeah, shout out my friend.
Yes, you ended up on the Isaiah Rashad project.
Yeah.
Which is really big out here in California. TDE, that's huge, right? They got D Smoke from Inglewood, Sir Inglewood as well. And then they gave Mindy a chance on the project. So how was that? Like going to the studio with somebody that you actually admire and you like.
It was fire. Like the first time I went to the studio, I was so nervous. I was like, but I wasn't like overwhelmingly nervous. I was just like, oh shit, like this is like happening for real. Because I was listening to him since like for years, you know, for years before that. And so it was just like, dang, like if you work hard, if you like try really hard, like things will align, and then you'll get to do things that you didn't even realize you dreamed of, you know? So it was like really cool. And he was super sweet and like checked in on me. He was like, are you good? Because I was hella anxious, you know, but like I was trying not to, like, I'm a cool person. Like I'm a cool, like calm, collected person.
Yes.
But like obviously if he knows that like he's my favorite rapper, you know what I mean? He was checking in. And it was nice. Like it was super nice, and he kept on inviting me back, and got to be on a couple of songs on the project, and that's cool as hell.
Yeah, and your voice is so distinct.
Thanks.
I feel that, like, you know, sometimes rap and music industry stuff gets a little shady. I'm no expert. But I've heard many people on songs and it has not been featuring that person in the title. You actually got that.
Yeah.
But even if you didn't, like, if I was to hear that voice and then, like, do any type of digging or research, like, oh, yeah, that's Mindy. Like, you know, you can't hide that. So how was it maybe, I guess the best way to ask this question is, it's not like you were new to it and somebody was like necessarily putting you on in a way that other people would assume like a put on it.
Yeah.
You know, you already have this body of work. You've been platinum on SoundCloud for a long time. You've been doing shows out. You're known in your city for what it is that you do, right? So it's just like kind of being invited like for an award or something that you do. Like, oh, I get studio time in my favorite shop for my hard work.
True.
Did that motivate you to maybe do things maybe, I don't want to say better, but like bigger on a higher level for yourself, or like take a lot of gems from that and like, I'm going to do things like this, or I'm going to...
Oh yeah. Like like from watching him, I say this like in every interview since the products come out, but like watching him record, because he had invited me before I even like made a song for Nice, and so like watching him record was like, okay, I can just apply what he's doing and do it on my own music. So that was really cool because I don't know, he's like super calculated but like in a very free-flowing way like when he makes music. So I'm like, okay, that's what you're doing? Oh, okay, cool, I can do that, you know? And then I did that as well. It was fire.
So what other artists do you feel like inspire you in that way, in that Drake?
I want to say Frank.
Okay,
Yeah,
I love Frank.
I love me some Frank. Santi Gold hasn't put out like a project. I feel like since I was in high school, but I
it's been a
could be
long
wrong.
time.
Yeah.
If she has been like super underground.
Yeah, it was 99 cents. And she might have put one out after that, but I don't think she did. But 99 cents came out when I was like a sophomore or a junior in high school. But I was also in 4th grade when I discovered Santi Gold. So.
Okay.
But
so you were in your room turning up just like me.
I was turning up. I was turning up on YouTube.com.
Yeah. So like with that, right, we didn't necessarily grow up with a bunch of alternative Black girls like we discussed.
Mm-hmm.
How would it feel for like 4th grade? What are you, like 8?
Yeah.
Almost 9?
Almost 9.
How would it feel for 8.5-year-old Amindi to like turn on her TV or be outside and see a billboard of nice or something like that? How would that make you feel, you know, being a weird Black girl?
I would love that for me. Like that, I feel like I am everything that I needed when I was like a 4th grader. You know what I mean? Like that's why I clung to Santi Gold, because I'm like, how do you exist like and do what you're doing and be Black and also a girl? You know what I mean?
That was my thing, and it was like I didn't necessarily go to white schools. My parents were like very pro-Black, so like I went to Marcus Garvey Elementary out here. I went to
I went to Wilders.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Like, and then when it was time for high school, it was like, yeah, either you can get bussed out and go to like uni, Palisade, somewhere far, or you can go to this charter school. Then I went to Animo.
Oh.
So it's like very small still, and it was like, yeah, you're the whitewashed Black girl because you dress weird and you listen to like punk rock and stuff like that. So it's just like you're over there. Yeah. And I feel like if there was, like when I found Santi Gold, yeah, I'm fanned out. Like this is me. If there were more of that, I feel like I would have been much more confident in just the way I was carrying. I wouldn't have felt like I had to normal out. Like as I got older, like, okay, wear a dress, like don't try to wear jeans and rip this or that and like try to be cute because like, you know, people aren't checking for this, you're Black. Like, and then, you know, close friends of mine, shout out to Shanika, we're going to Fidham and it was like Halloween. I want to be Nicki Minaj, like the height of Pink Friday.
Of course.
They're like, no, or she wants to be Katy Perry. And they're like, no, you're going to be Nicki Minaj because you're Black. Like people are going to see you out and they're going to be like Nicki Minaj.
I was a big wig. Oh man.
So I was like, damn, like you can't even have fun as alternative Black girls. So I really hope that like your music and us trying like as much as we can to push the Mindy agenda really gets the young girls like just to be yourself, because it's like you don't have to be a Mindy, but maybe it'll inspire you to be more of yourself. And then like growing up in LA, beauty standards and all that, has that affected you in any type of way? Like, because honestly with your hair, I saw pictures or like a video of you when you were a little bit younger, maybe it was kind of in your time, and you had like braids and different hairstyles. I've seen you with like different wigs, having fun on Instagram, but I feel like the cut really makes you look like a star.
Oh really?
No offense.
She's a no offense.
You know, like if you want to pop your hair on, go ahead. But it's just like this look is really striking. It's very model-esque.
Wow.
It's like, you know, more magazine cover than if you just had hair like all the rest of us and you just, you know. But being from LA and all of that, I'm sure that's not easy to just break the chains of everything that we have. Like, oh, have a 40-inch weave and do this and do that. Like, so how did you?
Well, I think I've literally done every hairstyle like, that exists for Black girls. I've done it. Like, it's been done. Like, I didn't know what else to do. But I think, as far as beauty standards, like, there are certain things that, like, I just can't change about myself that, like, already don't fit, like, classic beauty standards. So I've already, like, my teeth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I already look a little different, you know. I'm not about to have perfect teeth at all in this lifetime. Like I've always like had a chubbier build, like as a kid, you know what I mean? Like I've always been like comfortable like in my skin. So I'm like, I guess in my head, my whole thing is like, how do I feel what I feel inside, outside? And shaving my head did that. It was just like, it was just it. And I feel like I'm like way more comfortable, because even when I had hair, I've always dressed like more boyish, like baggier clothes. But like when I'm not wearing a wig and I'm like wearing baggier clothes, it feels like I feel hot. Like I'm like, yeah, like this is tough. Like if I was little Mindy and I was like making a video game character like as a girl, it would probably look like me, you know?
Okay, so you always been badass in your mind.
In my mind.
But you had to have your courage to catch up to it in real time.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. I also love that it just seems very organic, like not contrived or anything. You know, like you went to America's Next Top Model and you're like, this is the look.
Oh man, I'm crying because she told me to shave my head.
Like, you don't want to do it. And like, oh, we're about to put colors. She's like, ugh. So I really like that. And I think that it adds to your overall confidence in your delivery of like, you know, your message and your cool music and your videos and all of that. I feel like it ties it together very neatly.
Thank you.
Because we see all the girls struggle with finding their look, you know, and I think it looks different, or especially now with social media. Doing that in front of the public can be very hard. Like I saw that with Doja Cat, going from coming out and maybe you don't have like a ton of money for hair and makeup and stylists. And people are dragging you, and then now that you have it, you're the hottest girl ever. Everybody loves it. Like, you're fake.
Yeah, because I was listening to that where she has the wig on the cover, Purr. That I listened to that in high school. That's what I was listening to around the time I discovered like SZA and Zay, and like when I was really getting into like rap music and stuff. I found Doja Cat, and I didn't even think about the wig on the cover at the time. I'm like, like this is good music.
Yes. She's right. But now it's like she has all the tools and she can fully, I don't know, execute her vision.
Yeah, exactly.
So for Mindy, you know, next project, because Nice is done. I'm sure you're already recording stuff. You're already, look at that, worker, hard worker. So what is like your, if you were going to create a world, your planet, her planet Mindy, what would that planet be?
Ooh, super fuzzy. Very important. Here's a Who. Very much like you know, Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, like the live action movie.
The world, everything was fuzzy and like very tactile.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, like very pretty. That's just what the inside of my brain looks like really nice clouds.
And I did see some pictures. I think they were of your apartment, or a part of the videos in your apartment with your rainbow bookshelf. I read that you painted it.
No, I didn't paint that one, but it was a mistake in the publication.
Okay, I was about to say like a DIY queen. So we didn't have time for this.
Wait, the pandemic.
Okay, you're making things. But yeah, I feel like you are also kind of like girly and fun inside. So this would be like a Bratz doll, Barbie doll meets Dr. Seuss.
With Doctors,
yes, with like fly nails and heels and stuff, but like,
and also Hot Wheels are in there.
Hot Wheels. There you go. There you go. I have younger siblings. I grew up with a bevy of toys, all toys, all around. So like, what else can I? This is kind of like more personal, like a speed dating type of thing, right?
Okay.
You're from let's do it. So you're from LA. You're not famous. You're a regular person, but you have a little bit of money. You have what you got now.
Yes.
You know, you're out. We're dating people, not a girl or a boy. Where do you go to meet a person in LA as an LA native? You know, because I hear from the other girls that aren't from here, oh, dating LA is horrible. It's terrible. Oh my God, what are we doing?
Just honestly, I don't date. Like, I'm trying to think of like my past experiences, and that wasn't dating.
So how do you meet a person you like then? Is it just your friend and it grows to that?
I've met people, like honestly, I have a real job.
Okay.
Like I work at a cute little place, and the last couple of guys I talked to I met at my job.
Okay, that's cool.
So like, if you work at a cute place, maybe you'll meet cute people.
That's the key in LA. I used to work at like a designer vintage store downtown, and then I worked on Melrose, and there would be cute boys, you know, around. So how are you gonna do that?
Yeah, but it's hard to do that, so I don't do it. Like I was in a relationship up until like last year, so I'm like,
okay, you're having fun right now. You outside.
I am outside.
As the kids say. Okay, so what do you do for a night of fun then in LA?
I like comedy shows.
Okay.
Those are like my favorite to go to before pandemic.
So you like Comedy Store, or like you can go to an improv?
Like I like the little pop-up, like the open mics, like those are fun.
Okay, cute.
I go to bars now. I turned 21 in the pandemic, so now I'm allowed to go to bars.
There you go.
There are cute little stuff happening, like, you know, like in Lamert Park, like little flea markets and stuff. Like I love those. Very flat.
Hit the soul type of thing.
Yes, I love those. Food trucks. I don't know. I feel like I don't be having as much fun as I should at my age, but like, that's okay. I try when I can.
We're also in an odd time.
Yeah.
Because like when I was your age, like freshly 21, what am I? Yeah, I'm like finished with FITM. I'm already like living with my now husband. But yeah, there was something to do, like you go to a house party or something. You can go out, like what's popping in the pandemic, or you know, post pandemic going into the Delta.
the new pandemic, like all the different strands.
Y'all need to let me out of this before I turn 30. Like, I've been wasting the end part of my 20s. I was supposed to be turning up during this time before I turn it in.
Turn it in. No, these are recouped now, so you got to. Yeah.
We gotta run it back.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to turn it in yet. Mm-hmm. All right. So in this, Mindy, we're making new music. Mm-hmm. Where are we headed? You know, is it like, because Nice was a lot of growth, especially if we're gonna count Pine and Ginger and then SoundCloud Mindy. Mm-hmm. Are we actually? So you're signed, so you're not independent.
I am independent. I don't have like a label currently. I have a label partner, which is like they're like a distributor.
Okay, so you got like a distributing deal.
Distribution deal.
Okay, yeah. So you are independent.
Yeah.
Would you like to stay? I was gonna say yeah. So would you like to stay independent, like on some Chance the Rapper, or do you want to just use this time to build yourself up to command higher, and more respect in these record label situations?
I'm gonna do the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I know if you just come in fresh, can't be no geek off the street.
Right.
They try to rob you.
That's very true.
They do you wrong.
They do.
They give you some slum amount of money that you can barely live out here in LA with.
Yeah.
So if you really just work it and get your hype all the way up, then you can go in there like our Future did back in the day and be crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. I would like to elevate in that way, I guess. But I'm also like not too pressed to have too much too soon, you know what I mean? I have time to grow still, so.
Do you feel like that kind of stuff, right? Because I've heard even actors talk about how like if you get into the Marvel Universe or something, now you can't be in that cool indie movie you wanted to do or different things. So do you feel like taking your time and letting it just play out how it may will help you like maybe find more of your sound, become more secure in yourself? And
definitely, yeah.
Before you get the pressure of like, we're giving you this $1 million and you put a hot pink ponytail on.
Keep the ponytail. But yeah, like I like pacing myself. I feel like where I'm at right now feels really good. I know that I'm a girl. I know like it's just destined to happen. But like I'm comfortable. I want to continue being comfortable, but I also would like to elevate in a way that like benefits me the most and like doesn't take too much of a toll on my like mental health or like stresses me out or like makes me work too hard, because like I like making music. I don't ever want to stop liking making music. Like I don't want it to feel like gotta do this now, you know.
Okay. And then more money and more machine and all that does make it more. Speaking of that, mental health and different things, one of your songs that honestly, it was not my favorite one.
I could tell. I was like, she smokes weed. She's not gonna feel this one.
I stopped smoking weed. Like, I've tried, but then like I have problems. I'm like, I drink water all the time. I take care of myself all the time. Just the smoking, like, it's all I got.
I smoke weed again now. I'm smoking again. So,
but I can relate to it because we all go through those things. I tried to get a job before I stopped smoking weed. Been stressed out, partly. But then listening to it more, it's like, oh, this song is not just about the hook, right? It's like, oh, I'm really taking care of myself and like trying to sort things out, sort through it. And then like the most standout line is like, do you really care? Or you just asking because you're courteous. I feel like, especially with Black people, maybe even women, if we're gonna tailor it out more specifically, we're not necessarily allowed to, in public or maybe even in our families in a lot of situations, feel how we're feeling and express that without like, oh, you're complaining or you're being ungrateful. You need to thank God for all your blessings, blah, blah, blah. I do thank God I'm having a bad day.
Exactly.
How do you apply that? Because that was really cool. I've never heard someone like vocalize that in a way and be so serious. Like, I don't want to have to be fake with you. I don't want to have to like act like I'm cool.
Yeah. Like in real life, if I'm not feeling it, I have boundaries. Like I have really healthy friendships, which is fire. Cause like I don't agree with like all of my friends all the time, but we like have like clear communication and like we talk stuff out. Like it's never like blow ups or anything. And if I'm not feeling anything at any point, I have people around me that care enough about me to like, for me to be like, okay, not today, guys. Like not feeling it, or like, I don't know. I guess that line was less about people in my life that care about me, and more so people that like want stuff from me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, like small talk. Like here's a favor.
Yeah. Are you experiencing more of that now in your more poppin' situation?
Yeah.
Are you getting a lot of beggars?
You know what? My friends are, and I don't like that shit. Stay away from my friends. Like I don't like that. I don't like the fake nice to tease, like, Also.
But being from here, you kind of have to be sort of accustomed to that, right? Because, like, if you were popular in high school, so I've heard, you know?
Yeah.
And you're around, I'm sure even back then, people were trying to be cool with Mindy to, like, get a little something.
Sure.
Even if it's on a smaller level, it's that same sort of idea. Or, like, so-and-so's her friend, I don't really feel comfortable going to a Mindy, she's kind of cool, so I'm going to talk to this one and try to get into their group.
Yeah.
So what are your defenses for this? How are you handling this? Just keeping your friends closer?
Yeah, I got a bubble around my friends, a bubble of protection. I pray every morning when I wake up. I'm like, one of my prayers is like just to keep, I don't know. Damn, now I feel like I shouldn't say it. I don't know why.
You don't gotta tell the public.
Okay. No. But like one of my prayers is like,
they try to intercede on your prayer.
I know.
Bad energy.
No.
I watched too much Harry Potter for that.
Dang, you were allowed to watch Harry Potter?
No, I have to be grown. Let me tell you, my grandma is so Jesus out. Like, you better get her front row tickets. We have the book. We got it at school. And I'm like, oh, I have this book. I'm already not wanting to tell her because it's magic. And I know how she's going to feel. She's not going to want to hear nothing else. She heard magic. That's it. We done.
Over it.
So I'm like, yes, I'm going to keep hiding this book. And then my cousin comes over. We're the same age. She's like, oh, yeah, you reading Harry Potter at school? I got this book. She's talking about it in the living room. I'm like, girl.
You gotta lower your voice.
You gotta shut it down. My grandma's like, no, we don't do that in this household. Blah, blah, you letting those demons out. No. Puts the book in the trunk of her car. I've never seen the book again.
Oh my God.
I'm 28. This was the first Harry Potter book, girl.
Oh my
so
God.
when I'm older and like I moved with my mom in high school, I'm like, yes, I'm about to watch every Harry Potter. Are you crazy? I'm seeing all of them watching Twilight.
Oh, never got Twilight. Never got that one.
It's got a vampire in it. If my grandma found out about Twilight today, she'd be like, they got a sweet girl and they're with them vampires and all of this. So yeah, it's just, you're keeping your friends close.
I keep my friends in a bubble. My friends, like, if anybody, like, reaches out to my friend about, like, any of my friends about me, like, hey, what do you think? Like, they'll send it to me first before, like, responding. And, like, just.
You think Mindy could do my birthday party? I'm having a baby. You think she could do my gender reveal?
Oh my God. It's a boy.
You're going to pop out the box first.
In blue. My hair's blue.
And you can carry out the theme now because you can do colors.
Wow. Okay, hire me for your gender reveal services.
Yes, because we want that Tesla.
We do. Pink rat.
Yeah, we need an apartment for it too, so we need to be booked. We're not going to judge whatever situation y'all got. Bat mitzvah, baby shower, gender reveal. What else are we open to? Commitment ceremonies.
Right. Graduating.
Are there any cultural Jamaican situations? I feel like y'all just have cookouts and different things.
Yeah, just grills.
If you're grilling or if you're having a cookout with a certain amount of people.
Yes.
We're not coming for, 15 or less, because we want to play.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This has been a PSA.
No. We want, like, if they close on the House of Blues, that's what we want.
Oh, yes, we do want that.
Also, like, genre-wise, who is, like, your dream person to open up for? Because we're going to be on tour. That's how we're going to get rich.
We are going on tour.
So, when we go on tour, are you doing your own thing to start out, like small rooms? Or are we going to try to open for somebody?
I'm opening.
Nice. Nice. Can you tell us who yet?
No, I can't.
Okay, it's fine. I'll be thirsty. I'll buy tickets. And I have, like, all these apps in my email that tell me, like, the artists I like. Yes, and different stuff. They're like, oh, this person before. When I'll be awake in the middle of the night, like, for real? I'll be there, don't even worry about it.
Okay.
But who is your dream person to open up for if you could pick anyone? If you want to do like two, go ahead and give us two.
Anyone open up for, oh man.
I have a good guess, but I don't know if it's right because she has such varied musical taste.
Wait, tell me what your guess is.
I don't want to say it.
Okay.
My guess is like Erykah Badu.
Okay, yeah. Like that would be fire.
Because like you have a similar vibe, but you're different.
I would love that.
Like
and she's touring, right? Erica. That's good.
You did the Hotline Bling remix.
Hello.
Bring her on.
We both love Jade.
Yes. But who is yours?
Like I love so much music. Like I would just be happy to.
That's how I am. But we gotta pick me.
Okay.
And I want you to be financially conscious because we're from LA.
Right.
And the houses out here aren't cheap. If we were from Atlanta, we can get you a mansion, a single million. But
just one.
you're popping, you got a whole park. Out here, you're still gonna be in the hood.
I know.
You probably can't even live in Inglewood with the million because of the stadium now.
Yep.
So what are we gonna do? We gotta trip for somebody big.
Maybe Frank.
Okay.
If Frank ever tours again, he can have my number.
Stressed out. I know this is about you. This is not about me. But you said Frank and tours, so now I'm depressed because I bought my first ever Coachella tickets. I finally had a good enough job. All of my things lined up. I could pay for the camping and all of this. And y'all took it away from me for COVID.
Took it away.
No,
2023. He's playing 2023.
Is he really?
He got confirmed.
Okay.
So not next year, but the next one.
But the next one. I'm gonna be ready again. I'm gonna get my tents out, whatever I gotta do.
Period.
Do you like festivals? Would you do any festivals?
I'm doing Afropunk.
I saw that in Atlanta.
This is my first.
They don't have any Afropunk in California?
I don't think they have.
We don't have enough black people, that's why.
That's the problem.
Let's keep it that.
They did it in Brooklyn.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So you're going to Atlanta. That's cute.
That.
Afropunk. Are you gonna like dress crazy Afropunk? Or are you gonna come regular?
I've been like, what? That's my problem. I need to figure out my outfit. That's what I'm stressing about.
And you like fashion. You had your own fashion line when you were in high school, right? So you gotta come hard. You gotta represent.
I gotta come hard, or like on the totally opposite end of the spectrum, I'll wear a hoodie and but like I want to look good because it's Afropunk.
It's Afropunk. I feel like that's your only time, or that's the only thing that we have for like the Afrofuturism genre.
Yes.
If I ever wanted to be an alien or something cool, or like African princess, I don't know.
Yes.
Whatever fantasy look.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see this, Mindy.
I'm excited too. I need to find some pants, some crazy pants, because I found a sick top.
Okay.
But you'll see, I guess.
Yes, we'll see. We'll let you flex on that. All right. And what else do we have going on that you want to talk about?
What's going on? I don't know. I'm going to be opening for Almaray in New York this month.
Okay.
And I'm opening for a band named Michelle out here in October 13th.
Where is it at? If it's in LA, you're opening for a band called too?
Michelle. It's at El Cid.
El Cid.
Yeah, I think it's a bar.
And where do we get tickets? We have to like go to Michelle's?
Go to amindi.xyz/shows.
Boom.
Got it on my website.
That's the link. Okay, Mindy.
And then my birthday's October 11th, right before the show. So if you want to wish me happy.
Oh, but are you going to have like some type of pop concert on your own birthday?
I wish. Isaiah's show is out here is October 11th, so that's probably what I'm doing.
Okay, you're going to be on stage?
I might. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
So, in doing this whole thing now that we're out, because we can actually be outside, right? Are you going to invite your dad to the shows? You know Mama, she's not coming because
my
it's
dad
too much
used to come to all my shows.
Oh!
Yeah, he could come. I have a really cool little sister. She's like 15. She's so much cooler than me. She's just cool.
But you're paving the way for the coolness too.
You know
so
what?
you know she's gonna follow.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like
she's such an alt black girl. Like
she's gonna be the Solange to yours.
Yeah. Oh.
And she's all like losing you and shit.
Yes.
In the videos.
Truth.
Because nobody can say that the new, like more open, more personal, artsy Beyonce was not partly inspired by Solange being openly artsy.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it could work. Like I could do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show y'all what I be doing at home.
For real.
So we got October show, LA. We have a New York show.
Yes.
Is that in October as well?
That one is September 24th.
September 24th.
And then Afropunk, September 25th.
Afropunk, September 25th.
Atlanta.
Are we selling any type of Amindi merch?
Yes.
Because I collect merch.
Oh my God, yes. We will be. None right now. Well, no, I have this amazing seamstress designer in Jamaica. Her name is Amber Ashley.
Oh, I love that you're working with a fellow Jamaican.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I'd be trying to reach out to the locals. But she designed a really cool reversible bucket hat and also a really cool bikini that's currently on my website, amindi.xyz/merch. So if you guys want that, that's there. But we're gonna do t-shirts and like the more basic like
okay,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And then how long are we gonna wait and really milk this nice? Because I'm not for, especially for the independent people and upcoming people, to rush out more music.
Yeah.
Because you need to squeeze us.
I gotta rinse the rag.
Yes.
I got to. So slideshow video has been filmed and shot. It's currently being edited. It'll probably go out around my birthday.
Okay,
or
cool.
like a little after that. But I really love making stuff, and that'll come out when it's meant to come out.
Yes.
But this is my thing right now, and I feel no pressure to rush anything.
Let's live in the world of nice.
Just living in it right now.
Okay, because you have a very cool look and you're very aesthetic, are you hoping to do any type of like brand partnerships or acting or something? Like, what are your other passions out there outside of music? Not that we love music.
Oh, no.
But you know, Rihanna's selling us all a whole bunch of stuff.
Of course. Like, so, like, my thing is, like, I like to be, like, the smallest version of Rihanna. Like, I want to do everything, you know, but, like, not on Rihanna's level. Rihanna's Rihanna for a reason.
And she got a bunch of people. She got Fenty Corp.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, she got a whole team. But what are we?
I really want a fashion line. I'd love one of those someday. Like, cut and sew. Like, not just, like...
Not streetwear.
Yeah. I would maybe, like, streetwear incorporated, but, like, I want cut and sew. Like, pieces. I would like... I like to make furniture one day.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like a furniture line. I would love to write and also, like, be a part of movies and, like, shows and stuff. I'm currently actually, like, working on something kind of cool.
Okay, cool.
That'll probably be out soon enough. But, yeah, I want to do a bunch of stuff. Like,
because your music is very cinematic. I don't know if that's the correct word for it, but your music are
visual?
Yes, like it sounds like you should be in a movie or a show or something. When I hear it, I can see like Death Proof. I can see like girls driving around, like Euphoria or something, or like a girl movie, some type of teen black party movie. Anything I can see like that type of music. And then, because I'm a fashion girl, film alum, the last thing I kind of want to ask you is Telly. The song of, I feel like it's like the commercial song of the album. I don't want to claim it because I like a whole bunch of the songs. But Telly is like, it hits so hard, it comes in. All the girls can relate to. We can all afford it so far.
Yes.
We can be out here in our bag.
Yes.
Not in our burger necessarily.
Yeah.
You got a call from Mr. Telfar Clemens himself.
Yeah, I did.
How was it? How did you feel? Because you're a fashion girl too.
You know?
So how did that? You know?
It was so, he's so nice. Like, he's so, like, he was like, I love the project. He was like, I play Telly in my DJ sets. I was like, what the hell is life right now?
Yes, I love it.
So sweet. And they're, like, really supportive. Like, they're, like, actually, like, helping me a lot. Like, they sent me stuff for the slideshow video. Like, we're going to continue to grow as, like, a partnership, which is, like, super fire. Just because I made a little song, because I love Telfar, you know what I mean? Like,
but that's what happens when like black people, not to make everything about color and all that, but look, it is what it is. When we're in position to do things and help, and you know, especially whatever way that can be. If not monetary, I can send you my clothes. I make cool clothes, you make cool music.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Fire.
And then when you are on a big tour, opening for whoever mysterious that you're opening for, maybe there'll be Telfar like outfits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, you know, fashion, partner with music, really like catapults things to another level.
Definitely, yeah.
Like when Cardi got Colin Carter and the stylist and all, it just took her to another level. Zendaya out here with Law Roach.
Iconic duo.
So wherever your person is,
you know what my dream is?
it's material.
Like, amen. You know, okay, you know how they say like cycles come back every 20 years?
Yes.
So like I feel like 20 years ago it was very, very much like the FUBU, like the baby fat, and that was very much like music.
Yes, and like the symbiotic relationship,
you know,
of hip hop.
And I feel like Telfar is like a popping black brand in the same respect that like FUBU and baby. I just feel like we are at a point in like art and fashion and music where like shit's coming back around, and with the resources we have now, technology and like social media and like, I don't know, ideas now, like shit can be super fire. Like if we,
and it's so easier to streamline.
Yeah,
and all of that.
Exactly.
Because it's like, with technology now, we could have put a shop button for Telfar and do the Telfar video.
Exactly.
We could all try to get one. Exactly. If they weren't sold out all the time. All right. So, is there anything you want to say to the people before we close it out that you would like to know them about you? We already got your website. We're going to put that up, amindi.xyz.com. We got cool bucket hats, bikinis, t-shirts and all that coming soon. Possibly Amindi chains. Or wait, what is your fandom called?
Oh my god, do I have one?
You definitely have a fandom. Don't ever ask that.
So when I was in 7th grade, I wrote this story about like creating a new world and civilization, and I was like the president of it, and everybody was called Amindians.
Fire. Okay.
So that could be it.
And that like goes with Jamaican heritage too a little bit.
You know? It's like a race.
Yes, it is. Like we're our own colony, like the Maroons.
Yes.
Amindians. I'm all about it. Give me some Amindian merch. I'm here. I'm gonna be saying that like in conversation as an Amindian. I don't feel like it's accurate what you're saying.
Oh my god. Amindian. consistent. That's good. That's good.
That's what it is now. So all the Indians, make sure you're out there repping at the show. October 11th, if you're going to the Isaiah Rashad show.
Blast her to me.
Yes, say hi to
and tell me happy birthday.
Tell her happy birthday. Let her know that you're a proud Amindian. And then the LA show.
Yeah, October 13th.
October 13th. Michelle, the band, and you can buy tickets online right now. Mm-hmm. Thank you again so much, Amindi, for coming back.
Having me.
And that's it for TamTonight. Thank you so much. Bye.